If you want to gain thousands of Faze or XP in the early game, you are in the right place. With over 60 hours of experience, I've optimized 3 farming methods, allowing me to provide you with the fastest and most efficient spots that will save you precious time. Following these methods will let you earn a crazy amount of 52,000 to a whopping 88,000 plus of Faze per hour, so you can buy every weapon and item that you want or level up in the fastest time possible. Like for example, Josee's Outpost main area in Sunken City hosts great farming spots, and you will never miss this location as it is part of the main scenario. This spot will allow the player to farm a series of enemies near a missile or a bonfire, and I am showing the actual location on the screen right now for your convenience. And as mentioned, you will never miss this location since it is part of the main story, and also the boss area is located close to it. We will be using a general farming build in all of the spots on this list, and the level requirement in this spot is around level 10 to 15. And I'm using Noah's Blood Code at C rank to get the best dexterity stats possible. Slot in dexterity booster to have +2 dexterity, and other than that, you can disregard the other boosters that I have here. And of course, if you are using a different build, make sure to adjust your blood codes accordingly to have the best results. And the main key factor that makes this build work is the Tainted Sword +2, allowing you to access the Sacrificial Edge skill in the process as well, which is one of the best damage boosting buffs in the game in exchange for your life being drained after casting the skill. The Sacrificial Edge deals a ton of damage, and I still use it to burst down targets even at the endgame farming methods. And not to mention, this buff stacks with other damage buff skills as well, so you can double dip and take enemies out quickly. Pretty much you can get this sword anywhere, but as early as Magmel Island, there are a lot of soldiers there that drop the said weapon. If you notice that a normal soldier is wielding it, there's a chance for the Tainted Sword to drop. One of the easiest spots to farm this weapon is the Ruined Side Dungeon's entrance, and I'm showing its actual location on the screen right now. After you arrive in the location, head to the nearby steep slope where a soldier equipped with a Tainted Sword is located. Kill this guy to have a chance to get the weapon, and if you want to respawn this enemy, just head back to the missile and repeat. This is one of the best early swords or weapon if you are into burst setups, so I highly suggest getting one. This sword is equipped with a Phantom Assault skill as well. This is a standalone skill by the way that I just equipped this weapon, so we can easily burst all of our enemies with this method. This standalone skill is simply one of the best skills in the game, and you can get this combat forme in the Eastern Gatehouse Ruins located in Sunken City. From the entrance of the Gatehouse Ruins, enter the destroyed building on the right where a cultist altar is located. Follow the stairs and eventually follow the straightforward hallway, and it will eventually lead you to the chest location to get the skill. Well, buff stacking is a thing in this game as mentioned, so the adrenaline buff is highly suggested to give you more firepower. Unfortunately, I've lost my recording of the location of this skill, but you can pretty much run all of the methods in this guide without the adrenaline buff. And of course, as soon as I remember the location of the adrenaline buff, rest assured that I will update the description of this video. But what if you don't want to farm the Tainted Sword? I suggest buying the Ancient Hunter Sword in Magmel's weapon shop. The Ancient Hunter Sword is also one of the best starting sword in the game, which has a fast and fluid normal attack animation. Not only that, but the sword innate skill Circulating Pulse is one of the best multi-hitting sword skills in the game that can be extended for more burst options. And yes, it also comes with adrenaline attack damage buff, which is suggested in this method. While you are welcome to use other weapon of your choice, but make sure to adjust your strategies later on. Now that the build is ready, starting the actual method for the top 3 spot. And do so by heading to the destroyed train car on your right, and before you enter the said train car, cast your sacrificial skill to have a great damage boost. Cast a phantom skill to quickly take out the nearby soldier, and cast another phantom skill on the horror on your left. The third enemy is just waiting for you near a broken wall, and take out this guy with another phantom assault. Take out the fourth and last enemy with 3 normal attack combinations, and head back to the missile to reset the run to respawn all of your targets to repeat the method. Another tip that I have for you is that you can just fast travel back to the key missile in this method to reset the whole run much faster instead of going back to the bonfire or missile manually. Each run takes around 42 to 44 seconds with reset and loading times included. and gives us almost 600 phase per run. If you do this consistently for an hour, expect a great amount of almost 49k phase per hour, which is a lot for an early game progress. And if you are getting value so far, subscribe to the channel. Liking the video and engaging in the comments helps me more than you can imagine, or consider supporting us on Patreon or becoming a channel member today, and I appreciate your support. Josee's Outpost entrance spot will give you even more gains per hour by allowing you to farm station soldiers at the dungeon's entrance. These soldiers are in a resting position, so you will have an ample amount of time to take them out in a flash. Compared to the other spots, this one will start from a resurrection stone placed in the entrance of Josee's Outpost, so you will never miss this location. But I am still showing the location on the screen right now for your convenience. There were no changes made in the build, and if you skip to this part, make sure to check the general build that I provided in the previous spot. To start the actual method, head to the intersection of the area by following the straightforward path ahead of you. When you reach the room with a bed, cast your sacrifice skill to have an immense damage boost. Approach our key targets for this method and quickly cast a phantom assault skill on the first soldier on the right, killing the soldier in an instant. Quickly roll back to dodge the incoming bullet and cast another phantom assault skill to take out the second enemy in this area. Get the possible loot rewards and head back to the resurrection monument to reset the run and rinse and repeat to your heart's content. Each run lasts around 36 to 38 seconds with reset and loading times included, and gives you 520 phase per run. Do this method consistently for an hour and we are looking at 52k worth of phase per hour, which is super a lot for an early game progress as well. And of course, the current list covers the best overall early spots in the game. And looking for the absolute earliest spots you can access right at the very start of the game, I covered them all in this video. Link in the description or find it by clicking the card here. Josee's Outpost intersection area is hands down the best spot in the early game. This method will allow you to farm an elite succubus enemy in an interesting way and give you a mind-blowing 88k worth of phase per hour. That's almost double compared to the previous spot, so you will want to check this one out. We will use the same missile or starting point compared to the top 3 method. But as a reminder, here's the location again on the screen right now. There were no changes in the build, so starting with the actual method. From the missile, head to the nearest long ladder that will lead you to the upper inner section of the area. Make sure to activate your sprint while climbing the ladder for a faster climbing pace. Once you climb the ladder, cast your adrenaline and sacrificial edge buff for maximum attack damage boost. Press down in the R1 button to be in a sneaking position and slowly approach the succubus from behind. Then pull off a sneaking or back attack to stagger the target and perform one whole normal attack combination with a single additional hit. Then quickly dodge the AoE scream attack or the bloodthirst mode of the enemy and wait for the animation to finish. Then finish the fight by casting a phantom assault skill. Get a possible loot and run back to the ladder and jump onto the ledge. And access the missile to reset the run to be able to do it again. Don't bother fast traveling back to the missile as the differences in the completion time are minor. Another tip is making sure to wait for the enemy's bloodthirst mode animation to end before casting the phantom assault skill, or else if you cast the skill in the middle of the animation, your damage will be lessened greatly since enemies during this state have immense defense when in the middle of this rage animation. While if you don't have the adrenaline buff equipped, it's not that big of a deal, but you will be pulling more additional attacks to finish the succubus in this method after casting the finisher phantom assault. Given that you have the adrenaline buff or the exact build that I asked you to make, each one takes a lightning fast of 46 to 48 seconds with reset and loading times included. If you do it consistently for an hour, we are looking at an out of this world 88k worth of phase per hour, and that is an extremely huge gain for an early game progress. And of course, if you don't have the adrenaline buff, your gains are slightly lower but still great in general. But what if you want even better spots to access? This video will teach you everything you need to know, so click on it and I will catch you on the next one.